Brenner, who has the I Hate to Work Out video, and Nobody Sees You Eat Tuna Fish was one of his recent contributions to America's culture.
Literary?
Yeah, literary. What is the premise that Nobody Sees You Eat Tuna Fish?
I wrote two autobiographical books. One was Hard Pretzels with Mustard,
right?
Soft Pretzels with Mustard, and Nobody Ever Sees You Eat Tuna Fish.
Yeah.
And now I'm working on a travel book. It'll be out next year, entitled If God Want Us to Travel, ...
But it seems to me, I mean, you keep yourself in good shape.
Yeah,
You're a sportsman, you're a sports fanatic. I've seen you hanging out, as we've mentioned, major fights,
Always. Anyone I can make, I go.
And you have memorable experience with great fighters, like Jack Dempsey, right?
That was a strange moment. I've met some fighters, and a lot of them at the fights. But I was standing on 2nd Avenue, and I just come out of this little store that sells glass. You know, I was looking for something for the house, and I walk out, and I see this gentleman walking down the street, holding on to the arm of an old gentleman, holding on to the arm of another elderly gentleman, not as old. This man was so beautifully dressed. That's why I noticed him. He had this gorgeous gray suit on, beautiful tweed suit, and the shiny shoes. And you know, I always like to see an elderly person who takes such pride in himself that even he was taking baby steps. The man, you could tell, had really reached the part of life where he could hardly move. Beautifully dressed. And he's walking by, and he had on this hat. It was like a cold, almost into winter. And his friend said, "Jack, there's David Brenner." And he turned around, and David Brenner came over to me, and this old man with his hand frail. He said, "You're my favorite comedian. I watch you all the time." And he's going on and on and on. I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And thank you so, I don't know who he was. And he says, "Yeah, Jack always watches. He marks the TV guide when you're going to be on it." And when he said Jack again,
it hit you.
I looked at him. Jack Dempsey. I said, "Jack Dempsey." And then I started, and I was just like, go. I usually don't get that way. I was just floored by him.
There was the man.
And he was the man, and taking the little baby steps, you know.
Yeah. Let's reprise a piece also when Richard Lewis was on our program. He talked about playing contact sports as a Jewish kid growing up in New York.
Great athlete,
Long
Richard.
Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great athlete, but he hurt his knee.
Yeah.
But he played for the Jewish Center in New York. Here's Richard's experiences as a professional, amateur athlete.
Oh, that's really good.
I was in the Jewish Center Football League, and it was a tragedy. I almost feel like putting on my sunglasses for this football interview, don't I? I mean, didn't I have sort of a problem with my eyes when I was...
Like Jim McMahon,
Did you see him do that? Wasn't that great? He did have a problem with his eyes, right?
Yes, he did.
And I do too, quite frankly. I touched my eye once, I got a little dust in it. I was in the Jewish Center League. This was a nightmare, Roy, a nightmare. First of all, we never won a game. In fact, our coach also ran like a funeral home in town, so he was so depressed and so negative. You know, he said every game was a must-lose situation. Our cheerleaders
a little erotic.
Yeah, our cheerleaders would come out, and they would go like, "Beat ourselves, beat ourselves." And you know, I mean, forget Perry for the Bears. I think I always had asthma, and I was the humidifier. That's what they call me. I would run excuses in from the sideline.
Basically what happens is Jewish people have great suggestions to change things in sports particularly. You have some ideas too, like how they change basketball, rule changes or ideas.
Major changes. I used to be interested in I can't follow basketball anymore, pro basketball. College basketball is fine. They got to raise the baskets.
Right.
These guys are running, they're banging their heads on the backboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think what they should do in pro basketball is give each team 100 points and let them play for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's basically what it is now anyway. No one watches it during the game. They just check to see what the score is.
98-96. I come in, Steve Raven, my manager, is a big basketball fan, right? I walk in, what's the score? 98-96. No kidding.
Right.
Really?
Every week.
Imagine every baseball game, 9th inning, 4-3.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, you
Give
got to
2
change
minutes.
it. Yeah.
It's a tight schedule. We all have tight schedule. Let's go get the
Or move the basket. Keep moving it. You know what I mean? Like you know, like a Nintendo game. And they got to get it, you know.
That's an idea.
Yeah,
how about baseball? Would you change baseball?
I want to tell you what I hate in baseball now. And I was like major baseball fan, always. You know, Philadelphia, you know,
sure.
Major baseball fan. I went to a game, I didn't know the rule. You know, they changed the rules here. You know, one of the greatest things was seeing a guy steal a base. The excitement, boy, the catcher, boom, jumping up, throwing the second guy, taking him, boom, tag it. Then everybody run out. He tagged him. He didn't tag him. The stands pouring out. He tagged him. Now you don't have to tag him. He intended to touch him.
Right.
Right. I hate that. The guy, he caught the ball. He goes like this. Oh yeah, he was going to tag him. What is that?
The intention.
The intention. Well, why not the intention to get a home run? Hey, I intended to hit it better than that. What did you expect to get? I thought I'd get a triple. I go to third. He intended to hit it better. What is that?
As we go. We have to really wrap this thing up now. But basically, you're a yachtsman, you're a workout guy, but you're not like, for example, a hang gliding guy. I mean, you even parachuted, but you didn't hang glide.
I skydived. I was very timid about it. I jumped in a prenatal position. You're supposed to jump in I jumped in a prenatal position. I went to see hang gliding. Did you ever see it? It was wonderful. The guy goes, the guy's against the mountain, up in the mountain, Colorado, took a handful of dirt, and he threw it, his partner. And this guy's waiting there. And it went up and he took a second handful of dirt. I couldn't believe it. You know, up in the mountain, took a third handful of dirt, he went whoosh, and this guy ran and jumped off the mountain. And I thought, man, would I love to do that? Would I love to throw that dirt?
Yeah, right. That's about as far as you go.
That's as far.
But these days, he throws the dirt, dishes the dirt, and works out, breaks the sweat with the I Hate to Work Out video. Still pumping on and looks to be in great shape.
I'm in great shape.
Yeah.
I am.
David, great seeing you again.
Oh, it's
Thanks
great
for coming
seeing
by
you.
and
Thanks.
giving us your thoughts about sports.
I'll see you at the next fight.
You got it. We'll come back.